Hello everyone, and welcome to Red Room Diecast. In today's video I'm going to be talking about the Exoto Ford race car transporter. Hello everyone, and welcome to Red Room Diecast. In this episode, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about Exoto's beautiful Ford C-Type race car transporter in the Martini Porsche Racing livery. Now, in everybody's who collects 143s or 118s or 124s, you have your marquee brands. You have brands that everybody wants to get, such as Exoto, BBR, CMC. Kyosho makes some really beautiful stuff in 143rd and 118th. BBR is out of Italy. You also have, again, CMC, which is a German-Chinese manufacturer. They do mainly 118th, but they have done 124th in the past. But this one here is the Exoto 143rd scale truck, and to put it into perspective, beside it I'm going to put a Porsche 935 from Ebbro. Now unfortunately I don't have an Exoto version, but this one here is from Ebbro, and it actually fits quite well because it is a Martini Racing Porsche, so it does go quite well with it. Now this one here I picked up, must have been about 4 or 5 years ago now, from a collector who was selling his off, and I managed to pick it up for a very good price. The only thing he did mention, and I'll show you now, is that it has sustained a little bit of damage from his dog that managed to somehow knock a cabinet over, and the mirror is broken, but it is intact. It is missing a bit of the, as you can see here, the protective guard that guards the mirror. That is missing, but the mirror is intact, and so is most of the stuff, the supports and everything like that. Now I'm not going to touch it. I'm not even going to bother trying to fix it, because at this point, to try to fix it, I think I will do more damage to it than if I would just leave it alone. So that is my goal, is to leave it be and not actually try to fix it. But it has some really nice features in it that you could actually see quite nice. Now, none of the doors open, the wheels don't turn, so they are static, but as you could see, they're not cast-in wipers. They are separate wipers that are applied along with the front front lights, along with the marker lights, a nice little license plate, and a separately applied metal bumper and a grill insert. Now it does have a lot of nicely applied chrome accents, like a grab handle, along with the door handles themselves. Little accents that, such as the little pull handles and little hinges that are nicely either cast in or painted in on the one side. And you could see the side door with a nice little handle that's added onto it, plus a long painted nice hinge detail. Now looking at this one, you would think, it being a very nice deep paint, that it would be a separate door. It looks like it would be a separate door, but it isn't. I've looked, and you'll be able to see from the inside when I do open the backhand that the door actually does not open. It is just very finely sculpted in shut lines to make it look, and painted that there actually are doors. I wish I actually kind of would have done that a little bit more on the driver's door and the passenger door to give it a bit of a contrast. But again, it's the same thing with the little parts, access panels at the bottom with the nicely finely detailed grab handles. Now I will turn it over and we could see some underside detail, which is what gave Exoto its very nice fine work that they've done, because they actually do give you, as you could see, little boxes behind there that would indicate that it's giving you that impression that there are some type of cabinets underneath. You've got a beautifully applied separate exhaust pieces along with suspension, metal suspension that hooks on, plus a nicely spare tire that's added in, which is loose. It's not actually molded into it. The tires spin freely, as you could see. They give you nice detail on the steering, the rad, along with all the componentry that hold together a nice chassis detail. And I guess this is a 1/43rd, as you could see. They give you plus they also give you the A0979. I'm assuming that's the actual for when there's a limit. Now you also have very fine, nice detail, as in for the rear lights they give you little wires, as you could see. I don't know if you could see very well, but there's little wires going to the back where there are lights. Now the tires and rims, beautifully done, and the rims themselves, you could see a little air valve nicely applied front and rear. It is beautifully designed and beautifully built. Now, which is what you would expect from a prestige marquee such as Exoto. Now, if any of you are familiar with Exoto, you'll notice that today's day and age Exoto are exorbitantly expensive, but these ones you could still find for around 200 Canadian. I'm sorry, about 300 Canadian, which would be about 230, 250 US at this point in some specialty stores, but their larger 1/18 scales are astronomically priced. Before, they used to be around $300, $400 to about the $500 range depending on model. Now they're going for anywhere from $1,000 to $1,600, $1,800 to $2,400 for a car, and I haven't seen anything come out from them in a while. It's way too priced out of. It's priced way too much, so it's out of my price range now. But when I do find models of this quality at a reasonable price, I do try to pick it up. Now they have the Porsche, and they also have a nice Ferrari one, which is the same type of truck. The only difference is it would have Ferrari colorings on the side, and that one is a little bit harder to find. Now, a nice little detail about this is, as you could see, it is a open perspex top with a nice grille work so you could see the underside, as not the underside, but you can see the interior with the ramps and everything along those lines. Now, the very nice thing about this is the back opens up, and they hold on beautifully fine little photo etched metal hinges. And then the little side ramp opens up. It is a little finicky and a little bit sometimes hairy to try to open up. So usually when I display it, I leave it, because you have to kind of wiggle it into spot, because you can actually get it to go up to the second and display it in that way, but I don't. I find it very touchy and twitchy. So I like to leave the ramp as is, but as you could see, once you put, say, a car like the Porsche onto it, it gives a very nice impression that the car actually can go into, and you know, it can, it doesn't like it, but it can, as you could see, go into the back. Now I think it would be probably nicely displayed if you can get a Martini Racing, a 917 Porsche, or a 80, any of the other type of Porsches that would be within those years of the 70s, and it would fit in very well indeed. But it is a beautiful truck and one of my personal favorites. Now I'll move the car out of the way, and you could see, I'm going to attempt to get a little bit of an idea of what the interior back looks like, but it isn't getting a good. So what I will do is I'll get a flashlight and we could see if we could see inside. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's see if we could take a little bit closer look. As you could see, it is quite a very nicely detailed bay where you could stack one car on top, one car at the bottom, and as you could see, that theirs is the opening that would be the door, but it does not open. As you could see also in the back, they have storage for let's see, your tires, and they actually add in the tires, which I find is an incredibly nice detail. So if you ever get a chance to find one, pick it up, because it is gorgeous, beautiful vehicle. The paint finish on it is spectacular, as you would expect from Exoto in any scale, whether it be 1/43 or 1/18. I mean, 1/18 are the pinnacle, but 1/43 is also where they shine. Now, what I also want to show is Ebbro's beautiful 1/43 Porsche 935 race car. Now, this was also bought from the same collector who had various Porsche models, and I am a huge fan of Porsche, mostly European vehicles, so Porsche, Ferrari, BMW, Mercedes, Maserati, and the like. It is very nicely done, very nicely built. It's solid. It comes with a very fine antenna. Now, the glass below is beautiful markings and paint. Also, the perspex is very nice, along with the beautifully done rims and tires, and little photo etching little parts that are put onto it. As you could see, you have fairly nice little engine detail, along with some of the suspension work. Ebbro is quite a incredible also company who makes beautiful 1/43rd scale models. They are in the higher end, not to the extent of Exoto or BBR, which makes a lot of resin type resin vehicles that are in 1/43rd, but this is a very beautifully, nicely done model, which I pair along with the truck that we have just seen, so they go quite well together. And to see what one looks like in 1/43rd, if you are a Porsche collector, to have a 935 is, you know, a vehicle that most collectors try to strive to get, along with the 917s and the various other Porsches that go along with it. So here they are together again, one on top of the ramp and the truck, and you could see they make a spectacular pairing. If you happen to find one or the other, pick them up, because they are incredibly beautiful, gorgeous, and look amazing on display. I want to thank everybody for watching this video. If you do like this video, please like and subscribe, and leave me a comment, because comments do help me to know how I'm doing. If you like these videos or you would like to see something different, please like. And I would also like to thank all those who have subscribed so far. It means a lot to me, and I very much appreciate it. And thank you. Bye-bye.